to my Stop Tricking presentation. This is the base presentation associated with prostitution. Now, the trick that is played on you when you go to the immoral woman is that you are gaining access to the womb and you're having reproductive success. Or you are consciously partaking in sinful indulgence, as in having a sex slave. Now, I have different principles that I wanted to introduce. We have right action, which is a Buddhist philosophy. We have karma, which is a Hindu philosophy, and the immoral woman, which is a Christian philosophy. And I bring them all together for this one concept on Stop Tricking. So, in truth, what you're doing when you solicit a prostitute is you are paying an immoral woman for community access to a filthy hole. That's the literal embodiment of the action that's taking place. You are giving an immoral woman money or currency so you have access to her community hole, which is literally filthy. It's like a urinal at a bathroom. Like, would you put your genitals on a community urinal? I think universally the answer would be no, but you will put your penis inside of an immoral woman, even though everyone else has had their genitals there. And that's probably not a good idea. You're probably going to suffer the harsh consequences for doing that, but not just the biological consequences. So quickly, I want to go over two things that can happen. So not only is you going to risk your health, there's a thing called biochemistry where two people, generally when a man and a woman come together, your biochemistry is going to have to synchronize. That's why it's important for you to be with one person. If you're with multiple people, you're probably going to be getting sick. And if they're with multiple people, you're probably going to be getting diseases. But to stay on topic, whenever you're with an immoral woman, you compromising your health. You're gonna probably be going through the biochemistry changes. You may need to take antibiotics. After that, you may have acquired a disease. You're giving your wealth away to an immoral woman. And see, not only does this facilitate sex trafficking, it also facilitates the immoral woman existence in itself. There's a huge gravitation towards OnlyFans, and women want to be sexual entrepreneurs as the birth rate declines. But to stay on topic, so with the Buddhist concept of right action, you are energizing the immoral woman. Currency is like is like energy. It is energy. It's supposed to represent time and energy. I know that inflation is a thing which devalues currency, but the point that I'm making is you're consciously, so for you to take right action as a person, I don't know if you agree or disagree with this, but hopefully you disagree with energizing the immoral woman. If you have daughters or sisters or cousins, etc., so forth, it's something that you frown upon in a society. Your spiritual well-being, being in alignment with God's plan, most certainly doesn't align with solicitation and you wasting your masculine energy and your resources on a prostitute. Not only is it physically the wrong thing to do, it's consciously the wrong thing to do and spiritually the wrong thing to do. The karma of it all. So karma is basically cause and effect. So when you energize the immoral woman, the effect will be more women become immoral, And this is a result of you energizing them. Now, everything on the internet is tracked, as we all know, so they know that engagement is also a form of currency. So the more you look at porn, the more you participate in solicitation of pornographic material. I mean, if you're paying for porn, that's a whole nother level of incorrect action. Never pay a prostitute. Never pay for pornographic material. You're just energizing immoral behavior. Moving on. Not the karma. The karma. Let's continue with the karma of it all. So, the ramifications of never learning to interact with a real woman who has a womb where you maintain attraction, man to woman, reap and have a family, is obviously extremely dire. It may result in your extinction. Quite frankly, it probably will. Half of men traditionally failed, and in the current state of things, it's probably more like 60 to 75% of men are going to be unsuccessful in the West, I would say. Some of the statistics I've seen, not that I believe them all, but they're alarming to say the least. I've heard things like 60 to 70% of males 18 to 30 are not participating in dating. The amount of money being spent on OnlyFans is alarming. And the Christian concept of the immoral woman, which is something that I got. This is the title of Proverbs 5. I will read straight from scripture. This is this King James? This is a Holy Bible, a New Living Translation. It says it's a red letter edition, so yeah, I'll just go ahead. So this is Proverbs 5, avoid the immoral woman. My son, pay attention to my wisdom. Listen carefully to my wise counsel. Then you will learn to be discreet and will store up knowledge. The lips of an immoral woman are as sweet as honey, and her mouth is smoother than oil. But the result is as bitter as poison, sharp as a double-edged sword. Her feet go down to death, her steps lead straight to the grave. For she does not care about the path of life. She staggers down a crooked trail and doesn't even realize where it leads. So now, my son, listen to me. Never stray from what I am about to say. Run from her. Don't go near the door of her house. If you do, you will lose your honor and hand over to merciless people everything you have achieved in life. Strangers will obtain your wealth, and someone else will enjoy the fruit of your labor. Afterwards, you will groan in anguish when disease consumes your body, and you will say, "How I hated discipline. If only I had not demanded my own way. Oh, why didn't I listen to my teachers? Why didn't I pay attention to those who gave me instruction? I have come to the brink of utter ruin, and now I must face public disgrace. Drink water from your own well. Share your love only with your wife. Why spill the water of your springs in public, having sex with just anyone? You should reserve it for yourself. Don't share it with strangers. Let your wife be a fountain of blessing for you. Rejoice in the wife of your youth. She is a loving doe, a graceful deer. Let her breast satisfy you always. May you always be captivated by her love. Why be captivated, my son, with an immoral woman, or embrace the breast of an adulterous woman? For the Lord sees clearly what a man does, examining every path he takes. An evil man is held captive by his own sins. They are ropes that catch and hold him. He will die for lack of self-control. He will be lost because his incredible folly. So that concludes my presentation on Stop Tricking. Hope you learned something. I'll catch you guys on the next ones. Peace.